ain't too much back there. Okay, so back. So I was watching this show about Martha's Vineyard today.
Hold on, I gotta adjust it.
Him?
Yeah.
He got caught up?
I think he kind of tangled or something.
Oh, Lord. Hold on, Gizmo. We're going to pull over up here. I'll wait till you fix him. How'd he get tangled?
I don't know. Somehow.
Slow down, Bobby.
Dude. Only you can do something like this.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Only.
What, he went under and over?
Yeah.
He didn't call the dog.
Okay. Wait a minute. Come on back.
How come every time I get on here, my nose get to itching? What is that about? We on our way to the dollar store. I thought it was warm out here, but it's not. I'm pretty sure it's in the 50s, but it's in the 50s and the wind is blowing.
What you trembling about? What does this look like?
You can't get it?
Yeah, I'm just. What is it?
What is it so I can help you?
I got it, babe. I got it. I'm just looking at seeing how it's connected. You alright?
Because he's shaking.
Yeah, he's shaking.
He thinks something. He did something.
Okay.
Back up, buddy.
You alright?
He's shaking because he thinks he did something wrong. You okay? You okay? We just wanted to make sure your little thing was on right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was watching something on YouTube about Martha's Vineyard. And this feeling came over me like I lived on Martha's Vineyard in one of my past lives. Do you have like sometimes where you feel like something feels really familiar to the point where you could have like lived there or did that or had that experience before in a past life?
You were asking me?
Yeah.
Say it again. I wasn't even paying attention, man. I'm sorry. What were you? I wasn't even paying attention. Ask me again. Hit me again. Okay, I'm ready now.
Okay. I was watching this show on YouTube about Martha's Vineyard. This guy was visiting Martha's Vineyard. And I had an overwhelming feeling that I have lived there in a past life. That I have experienced Martha's Vineyard. Now, I've never been to Martha's Vineyard. I've never been to Massachusetts, period. So, we know it didn't happen in this life. But something about, and I've always wanted to go there. So, my question to you is, have you ever experienced anything or something felt really familiar to you that you know you have not experienced in this life and you feel like you've experienced it in maybe a past life? Oh shit, what did happen?
I guess I've had a few things
Oh, he's arrested.
that I've experienced, yeah.
Well, you think that they're past past life experiences?
Yeah, some things were places, like you said, certain places, maybe even people looking familiar or things like that. Yeah, glimpses of it. Mm-hmm.
Because when one period of time when I was in therapy, I was telling my therapist that I felt like one of the people that I was in a past life was a older black man who was a minister. Because I don't feel like we stayed the same gender or we stayed the same race. Gizmo. In our past lives. Like, we could have been anybody. You know, we could have been, I could have been white, I could have been a white man. Because I feel like in one of my past lives, I was a white woman that lived in Martha's Vineyard who had a lot of money. Because there are times when I have a taste for the finer things in life. Like, I have only drank top shelf. I went through a whole phase.
Yeah, okay. I just couldn't see out here.
Okay. I went through like this whole phase where I wouldn't drink anything if it wasn't top shelf liquor. I would not, and I still don't like to drink like cheap alcohol. I would prefer, you know, I don't drink wine out of boxes. Some people love their box wine, but I can't, I don't like to drink box wine. You know, my standards are a little bit higher. And sometimes I attribute that to one of my past lives. Because how can I know anything about Tiffany's and, you know, really expensive jewelry and furs and all that kind of stuff as just this normal kid that came from the projects? But my taste is so different. And I attribute that to one of my past lives. Or maybe a few of my past lives. Like, because I feel like, too, I used to work on Wall Street. So I feel like one of my past lives, I had to have been a rich white man.
Well, you could have been a rich black man and just been successful. Or could have been an Asian.
Yeah,
Greek
I've been
or
Asian.
something.
But I, you know, I have this deep feeling that I've spent time at Martha's Vineyard before. Like, I've been there before and I've never been there. But I've always wanted to visit there. And I think sometimes when you have a yearning to visit someplace, it's your soul calling you back to that place. And then when you go there, you may have some memories. You know, like when you visit, it may unlock some little memories of you being there in the past.
Well, just like it's been stated in conversations. He said Neil Donald Walsh has lived over 600 lives. He said you've been it all. You've been poor. You've been a woman. You've been a paraplegic. You've been a gangster. You've been a murderer. You've been a president. You've been all of those things. And it's just your soul coming back, and you decide where or how you want to be in this next life. That's like,
And see, that's the interesting thing too, because I've heard that we pick our parents.
yeah, you pick.
We
you choose your
choose.
parents.
We choose our parents. We
You choose your
choose.
health condition somehow, some way, you forget, because that's the condition. You forget everything that was
You forget that you picked this.
Yeah, and now you come back into a knowing. That's why they call it to remember. You want to remember because you're already a part of the body, but in the beginning you feel like you're separate, and so now you get to a point to where you remember a lot of things, and you come back into it. So,
well, you know something. You know, like when I started studying, or hearing about us picking our parents, I had to do some serious soul searching as to why I would pick an alcoholic to be my mother.
For the experience. Just for the experience.
And then pick a father that I wasn't even going to get a chance to form a relationship with.
It's all for the experience. You know, the interesting thing is, I'm still a big fan of Dungeons and Dragons. And that was, at that time, and pretty much the only time that, it was a game of the imagination. You get to choose your character. And you choose how your character look, his heritage, all that stuff, and you're going to devote time and energy into, once you mold this character, and then you place them in a world, which you call the dungeon, and you have a dungeon master who they set it up, and they'll give you all of the experiences that you have, and you use your imagination by how you would, as this character, get through that particular world. And it's the same way. You've already done it. You say, hey, I was born to this. My parent, he was a barbarian, and my mother was an elf, and I'm a halfling, and I'm a mixed race being, but I'm a sorcerer. Maybe I'm a cleric or a fighter, and here's my character. Now you're pitted with people in your party, you're pitted with obstacles and things like that, and you go through that world. So you want to go through, there are rules in the game, just like anything else. Okay, well, you're a halfling, so the people in this town, they don't like mixed race beings, so you're going to get a lot of flack when you go into that tavern. Okay, and one person comes up to you and he says, I don't like the way you smell. What do? And then you go through the whole process on what you would do if this happened or if that happened. So it's always been an interesting game because it has rules, but you express yourself in that world much like you would do in real life, hence the term role playing. So that's always been a fascinating thing. But now in the sense, this is really what we're doing. We are really, when what we call transition into the next events in our lives, we go back into source, and this is just how I come to understand it. We go back into source, and from there you can choose how you want to live in this reality on this planet. Again, now, mind you, on this planet, there could be other planets that maybe I want to be on this planet and I want to express myself here. And it's kind of hard to wrap.
I ain't coming back to Earth.
It's kind of hard to wrap around something like that because we live our lives from our own perspective and our own experiences, and we base our lives on that, and we have a tendency to judge everything from our own level.
Right.
So if I'm bad at school and I don't like math, I just assume, well, I don't think anybody else can get through math either because I didn't like it, so you probably won't like it either. But we judge the world from our own map,
or we say just because we go through one period of time where I'm bad at math forever. Just like me.
We hang on to it.
I went through that phase of I'm scared of water, or I can get ear infections or whatever if my ears get wet, because that was like a real thing. Like I was having really bad ear infections. But I let that carry me through my whole entire life to the point where I'm 58 years old and still have this fear of water. Like that fear started as a child and it has continued into my adulthood. Just because you're bad at math at 10 does not mean, in elementary school, does not mean you're going to be bad at math in high school unless you put up that bad at math brick wall in your mind. Then you will be bad at it for the rest of your life because you put up a brick wall when it comes to math. Mm-hmm. I put up a brick wall when it comes to water. Okay, we have 16 minutes. I'm going to come back. I'm going in the dollar store, and then we're going to finish this conversation. Say bye, babe.
Bye, babe.